Alright, so first off, I find something in anywhere, in a house, whatever it is you got, find something nice and round, or for that matter, the shape of whatever it is your wheel openings have to be. They're usually round, so. And this was perfect for me, so what I did is I placed it properly along the lines, made a little mark with a nice marker, and then what you do is you measure from at around a center point. You measure how wide your opening is. In this case it was 49 millimeters. Sorry, 99 millimeters. Yeah. See, 99 millimeters divided by 2 is 49.5. So what I did then is you take a piece of metal, plastic, whatever it is, it's got to be fairly sturdy. You drill a hole the size for a decent screw. Okay? And from that hole, from the center of that hole, you measure out the distance of half your wheel well, which in this case is 49.5 millimeters. So after that, you take your metal piece, you drill out a tiny hole, I'll say maybe about 1/16. Okay? And all you gotta do is figure out your center point. So you got your line drawn out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but anyway, you got your line drawn out. You take the screw hole, put it up on that line, centered in the hole. Take your fine tip hobby knife, put it in the hole gently, and just turn it to see if you're actually following the whole line that you drew. In this case I'm off a little bit, so I'm just going to move a little bit over this way to the right, and I do the same thing again. I check to see if it still follows that line. Okay, now I'm pretty much dead on. Okay, put it back up to the top, hold it in place. I'll try and do it this way. Hold it in place and just gently turn your hobby knife to make a mark. And you'll see here you made a little indent. Take your hobby knife again, stick it in the hole, and keep turning it until you make an actual hole. You don't have to push hard, just got a light pressure to make a hole big enough to put the screw in. Not too big because you want the screw to bite. There we go, that should do it for that. Now you take the hole you made for the screw, and your little hole has to be opposite of that, of course. Screw it in. So now check it again, make sure your hole is still aligned. And now you have a perfect guide for your wheel opening. Now that little hole that you drilled, take your hobby knife again. Make sure your body is nice and solidly placed. You don't have to press hard, but you have to do it repetitively. Just take it and follow the line. You could actually keep going until you cut right through it, but at that point your knife is probably going to bind. So you do this a bunch of times. You do it the other way too if you'd like. Just be careful you don't slip out and scratch the rest of your body. I like to make a nice deep groove. Okay, I don't normally cut all the way through because I have a different technique for that. Okay, you can definitely see the groove I made. It's nice and round. So now, since the edges aren't really cut, I'll take my scissors, cut it in right up to the groove, and once that's done, you just break it off. It's a perfect circle and just comes right off. Voila. Do that. Give it a light sanding. So there you go, you got a nice opening for your wheel. And this goes for almost any opening you want to do. Let's say you wanted to get the window opened up completely. You take the knife and you scour the whole window, or you do actually half of it if you want to make it look like it's half open. Anyway, you can, scuff the whole area over and over again. Do it gently and slowly, that way you don't miss and end up going off and scratching the rest of your body. Another little trick here is on these particular models of trucks, this back window here would open, would just like pop open a little bit. What you can do is cut around here, okay, and just make a little teensy weensy groove here, just so you can pop it open and make it look authentic. Same thing for grill openings, venting, anything that you need to cut open. I usually scour it with a knife, very gently, and do it repetitively, but gently, because when you do it gently, you have a lot more control. So that's it for that. On next, I'm going to be setting up light buckets, because a lot of bodies don't come with light buckets, and a lot of people want to put lights in their cars, but sometimes they don't know how, or they don't know, trying to figure out how. They don't sell light buckets for them, and so on and so forth. But you can make your own, and that's up next. So stay tuned.